Hey, it's Kale here, and I'm hoping to go over the builds that my duo slash trio group have been running with the cursebot, AuraBot, and Spark Carry, and how we've been changing the meta to more suit our own goals and needs for being able to blast content as hard as possible. I get a lot of questions while I'm live about what specifically we're doing, and here I'm hoping to encapsulate like everything that we're doing so that I can just refer people to here, and it'll have all the information you may need for our farming strategies, our characters, differentiations between what we're doing versus what you may see other people doing on PoE Ninja, and things like that. To get started, I just wanted to start with the Spark Carry. Very, very cookie cutter build. This will pretty much be the same for almost every person that you see on PoE Ninja. My character is very, very boring. We have just basic crit multi-jewels with Persinia S. We take power charges. We're using Badge of the Brotherhood, double Nebulous, double Call of the Brotherhood, so that we double dip, triple dip out of damage auras. I am running Ball Discipline as a cooldown, not actually reserving Discipline. I'm running Hydrosphere in case we need the damage on bosses. We never do, but that's just, I suppose, just in case we're in a super tanky map or something. I run Vol Molten Shell on left click, which helps me with tankiness a lot because I get at least 10,000 every time because the max is out of 10,000. It will always be 10,000 whenever I'm next to my AuraBot because of the determination effect they provide. With increased duration, Sigil of Power, Ball Righteous Fire. Sigil of Power, when we just sit and plant to cast at things to make sure they die. It helps with increased duration. Something sort of min-max you can do. This build already has a few keybinds, sort of like the AuraBot, so it's just another thing. Ball Righteous Fire is a cooldown. You can't use normal Righteous Fire because you're CI, immune to chaos damage. So being able to have Flame Dash on a 4-link is very, very good quality of life. Having Second Wind, Arcane Surge, faster casting, all three of these together are very nice. Arcane Surge being mandatory, faster casting, Second Wind being your choice. Flame Dash already gets 3 choices. Second Wind is kind of a, I would say, 4th link there. Vol Spark, so you don't need Spark. Vol Spark, you can go with normal, go with level 21. It'll give you quite a bit more damage. Divergence, pretty important here. 2 additional projectiles. Anomalous would be even better with 2 additional Pierce, but basically just go whatever you can get. We've been scaling faster Barrage, like speed of projectiles, because it's been helping us get a lot more map clear off screen to make sure that things die before they can get to us. You have some other options here. You can go with increased critical strikes if you're having problems with actually critting. Don't go LA Focus, it's bait. You can go added lightning, that's fine. Arcane Surge is fine. Power Charge on crit is fine. You're already generating power charges, not a big deal. Unless you go Occultist, it's another thing you can do. So for the auras that I've been running on this character, I've been running Malevolence, as well as Grace for the group, and then Herald of Ice for myself, which is why we actually grabbed this cluster over here for reservation efficiency. We end up not really needing a whole lot of mana reservation efficiency. We only need the 1 node. We don't need to go anywhere crazy like cursebots versus AuraBots and all of that. Malevolence for the spark duration, scales the damage, scales the clear. It's very nice. Herald of Ice, again, for the damage and the pops. Helps the Asenaths that we've been running, which I didn't see a whole bunch of people doing. And then the Ice Golem as well. Helps with capping crit if Zealotry and Precision and everything doesn't. Anything else in here that we're doing special? We are not running Headhunter. We're actually running Bated Breath for the tankiness. I don't think there's anything crazy that we're doing though on here. I do have a very nice Watcher's Eye, crit multi added flat, and then I have the AuraBot jewel in here to calculate the damage. There's some calculator for AuraBots being able to plug in all of their numbers versus their the number of levels they have on their gems versus aura effect that they're scaling on their character. All of those things, and then it just generates a jewel for you to copy paste into your carry's POB in case you are looking for that. Yeah, Hazardous Research, Corrupted Blood immunity, very nice. Flasks are very cut and paste. Bottle of Faith, Dying Sun at series, Diamond Flask, Mana Flask. Unless your carry has really, or unless your AuraBot has really high level clarity. Next thing is the Aura and tauntbot. So we actually ended up combining the AuraBot as into the tauntbot as well, and we swapped quite a few things here. So to start, we're just going to go down the list of items. Normally you would see a tauntbot running a wand, but we went with Ephemeral Edge for tankiness and also the ability to use Smite. Because Smite is technically an aura, it gets scaled by your aura effectiveness, and since we are scaling that to 308, I believe, yeah, 308 flat, it's pretty easy for us to like scale his tankiness as well as a lot of damage through this. However, he's not able to taunt everything off screen. Hasn't been a problem because we haven't been playing super fast paced with a Headhunter or anything. And even if we were, all of our characters are so tanky in combination with each other, it's not that big of a deal. We go with Waka Tutukio Matua, obviously for the 20% increased effect of non-curse auras. Very, very strong to scale aura effect. Pretty relatively cheap. I think it's like 40C right now. We did end up buying a pretty expensive helmet base. So we spent, I think, like 5x on a 9x base for some reason. Then we got it enchanted. So it's 15% effective non-curse auras with RMR for discipline on there. Another thing is we have 25% effect on the chest piece. We have some really stacked gear. This is definitely our most expensive character. We have 25% here, 15% here, and 20% here for aura effect. Hands of the High Templar, we have +2 AoE, +2 auras. This goes with all of our tankiness. So we scale, kind of a weird thing that we do here is we scale Vitality's levels. I've noticed that a lot of people don't know the power behind Vitality Zealot's Oath, which is this keystone up here. If you're running only Energy Shield, you should definitely be running this. If you're running CI, if any members of your party are running CI, this is insanely powerful in combination with a high level Vitality. And since we have the +4 gloves, this is scaled to level 25 here, as well as Defiance Banner, Discipline, and Determination. We end up all having like 7,000 yes. It's kind of gross. Well, I do, as the carry with the least amount of yes. Let's see, boots. March of the Legion. So in the March of the Legion, we actually corrupted our own pair. Took like 15, 16 tries to get +2 AoE on here. Highly recommend doing that instead of trying to buy a 50 to 60 X pair. It's much cheaper to buy them for 15 so you can corrupt them yourself. March of the Legion, we have Hatred, Wrath, and Zealotry, all linked with Awakened Generosity. And so the way that March of the Legion works, you hit the button and it activates the aura for 15 to 20 seconds. Do not put your defensive auras in here. We noticed that was getting us killed quite a lot. When there was any amount of downtime in any of the defensive auras, you would die instantly, especially if you're using a link. That's not fun because then you waste 2 portals instead of 1. It's messy. But yeah, March of the Legion, very strong. Even without the +2, not mandatory, just a fair bit more damage there. So the next thing we're doing, flasks, very simple. Sapphire, Ruby, Quartz, block. So through Rumies with Granite and then Quicksilver as well. There's nothing crazy going on here. The Glorious Vanity that we have is actually really gross. So we have Commanding Presence here. We have a Commanding Presence here. And then we have some more aura effect somewhere sitting around here. I think it's actually, yeah, so we have 3 Commanding Presences in this one. And then I think it's a 35% overall because there's aura effect here, there's some aura effect somewhere else. We actually snipe this for a damn good deal for the actual aura effect that it provides us, because it helps him break the 3.0 breakpoint for a lot of the auras. Very strong. If you can get your hands on a good one of these, definitely recommend. It helps you reach 90 all-res for your entire party. It's disgusting. Jinx Juju, forgot to mention this. It's very good. You want to make sure that you have 10% effect on here to help you get closer and closer to the breakpoints for all of your aura effects. So for the rings, we actually went with Synthesized Discipline Aura effect on one of them because we haven't really needed anything else on the next one. But 20% aura effect for Discipline on here, and then I believe on the belt we have Discipline aura effect as well. So that's 40% increased effect for Discipline, which is why we are so tanky with the amount of yes that we have. Next party member would definitely be a Mana Guardian to increase this even further, exponentialize the amount of yes we get, but it's not a big deal right now. We haven't noticed really any tankiness problems in 100% Deli, which got to get coordinated is the main thing when you're playing with other people. You have to make sure that there's like coordination between all of you so you know when people are moving, etc. So for these small little passive small cluster tools we have here, we're running Reservation Efficiency with high ES, flat high ES. They don't have percentage increased effect or anything, nothing super crazy. They're just helping him reach strength and dex requirements, as well as just giving that extra reservation efficiency. We did do the alternate pathing here, down through to Champion of the Cause and then up to the left, and we did this because of this Glorious Vanity that we found. And then, let's see, so for the masteries, there's nothing super insane. The increased duration here is very nice. Non-curse aura skills have duration, increased duration. That helps with Smite. It helps with our Vol skills, things like that. It's nothing too crazy. Vitality, Reservation Efficiency, helps a lot with fitting in the level 25 Vitality. 15% increased effect of aura skills on him. Very strong. Makes him super tanky, especially as the tauntbot. He's going to be getting hit a lot. 2% regen ES per second helps with adding on top of the Vitality to even more. So 2% isn't a lot if your character only has 5,000 ES, right? But when you have, let's see, 8.1k, that's quite a fair bit of ES being regen per second extra. And then we have just the Reservation Efficiency, fills out this whole Sovereignty wheel. And then initially we were pathing through Glancing Blows to keep up the block link, but we found that it wasn't really that necessary, and it was just a lot more hassle with more buttons to have to press. Not fun. This character is absolutely stacked, and I highly recommend investing into your Aura bot first if you're trying to get damage and survivability in. We do have Charisma Anointed on his amulet as well. Okay, so to go over potential upgrades, the first thing we would be upgrading would probably be the Spark Carry if we're not adding a 4th person. just because we're missing so many good jewels. We have like 2-stat jewels all over the place. Just scaling prod speed. We don't have any insane items. Like these have pretty bad implicits in comparison to what else we could do. It has cold res, adds flat lightning damage, which doesn't do anything because it's not dispels. The helm is really bad. It's literally just ES. We could get +2 on here to something for the auras that I've been running, things like that. We could get a 20% elemental damage that's extra chaos for the incandescent heart, but we got a 49% increased damage implicit, so this works really, really well. Running Azanads, I don't think these will ever be upgraded or changed. We've noticed that the clear on these is giving us significantly more survivability than it should. It is absolutely disgusting wearing Azanads. If you can afford them, use them. The Voidwalkers we have aren't anything special. They don't have insane rolls. They're not high quality, things like that. There's no damage for +2s on here, anything like that. We don't have Malevolence Aura Effect. We don't have any Aura Effect on the Baited Breath. There's a lot of upgrades we can make here. The AuraBot is absolutely stacked. We would probably upgrade to this character last. It's not really mandatory at this point. This character is absolutely stacked. And then the cursebot would be definitely the next thing we would upgrade. He is missing... We would get a 3-point voices, most likely, to fit in even more elemental weakness. This is just potential if you're looking to farm like T14, 100% Deli super easily. We are having no problems with T14 at the moment, 100% Deli, because that's the tier of the maps we've been running that are dropping good cards and things like that. Another good thing to note for any type of character is going to be this mastery here. +1 to ES per 8 evasion on boots. So Syntrex will scale you to have like 250 flat ES, which is not including your % ES scaling. It's very, very, very insane. He ends up with about 7 to 8k, maybe 9k ES in hideout, standing next to the AuraBot as well. This is not with the AuraBot jewel. So the farms that we've been doing in game have basically been, we've tested some of them out. High-tech stuff here, Notepad. So the things that we've tried was Vault T4. We went from, we tried out like 20% Deli. We tried 100% Deli. We tried, personally, I tried some 0% just solo MF farming, and it was kind of, I mean, it's obviously going to fall flat in comparison. But anything that you can do tier-wise, you should make sure that you can do it with 20% Deli minimum, and then get to 300 stacks of Scourge. Because 300 stacks of Scourge is 600% more quantity, and 600% more quantity is multiplying the actual base quantity that you have and rarity that you have scaling on your actual gear, which is the thing that I actually neglected to mention that I was really excited about on the cursebot. So this character, we are running the Ephemeral Edge, and he is also running, so this is for his tankiness, right? We don't have anything else to really throw into this slot, but we wanted some tankiness through his shield as well, so we wanted him to use a shield and weapon. So this shield here gives quant, right? We're running the Gold Worms, we're running 2 Vinters, and we're running Abyssco's Leash, which may seem kind of weird because he's not getting the kills, but we're running the new gloves called Gravebind. And so what this does is gives him the kills that I, as the carry, would be grabbing. So he gets the quant from these, which is 16. He gets another 5 here, and he ends up with 54 quant and 116% rarity or something like that. And all of the kills count as his. It is very, very strong, and we started trying it yesterday. Instantly noticed increase in drops. Who would have thought? Because Scourge multiplies all of the quant that you get. Sorry for the flashbang there. We've tried Tower. We tried Tower T4 and T14 at... we've been farming 60% Deli as our main farm. 60% Deli there for sure. This has been what we've been doing almost entirely. We tried Defiled Cathedral yesterday. It seemed to kind of fall flat, but we needed to definitely do some more testing rather than just one map. We've been trying out the difference between Nemesis and non-Nemesis, which would be Triple Beyond versus non-Triple Beyond. So we roll either Nemesis or Beyond on the map. And between those things, it's like, it's hard to tell what's going to be the best because there's so many different interactions. Because with Beyond, you're getting 6 interactions of Beyond. Because if you're getting triple, then you're getting 6 because you're also within the Scourge realm, right? Whereas with Nemesis, you're only getting quadruple Beyond, but you're also getting Nemesis twice. So it's hard to tell like what's really the best. We have dropped a Headhunter and 2 Squires so far, farming triple Beyond mostly. And then with Nemesis, it's just like really, really consistent exalts and things like that. There's nothing insane about it. If you have any more questions, I will be live streaming basically this content for a while, I'm assuming. Today was a day off. Mango was feeling sick, unfortunately, but we will be farming more of this, probably changing things up, doing more experimental stuff, trying to get the science behind like what drops are better than others. Thank you for watching. This is Kalecgoose. Go find me on Twitch. I stream nearly every day, just about. Yeah, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. Remember to like, subscribe, all the fancy stuff.